Okay, just a quick video on DHCP options. So to get to them, I'm just going onto the tools, DHCP. I'm just going to maximize that so I can see everything and drag this across. So it makes it easier to see. Right, so we've got server options, and you can have those both in IPv6 and IPv4. And they apply, the moment you do the server options, that applies to everything, all the scopes in IPv4. If I go onto a scope, I've also got it at scope level, so it only affects that particular scope. So if we had different routers for this scope and for this scope, I could set them under scope options rather than having them all trying to go to the same place. So it kind of makes things a bit easier to a certain extent on that. Right, so I'm just going to show you the different ones. So there's router, so where the default gateway is. We've got DNS servers at number 6, which you just put them in so that it knows where to send traffic to find DNS and to do DNS queries. The DNS domain name, which is just our domain name, so that would be in our case itsupport.net. There's also, if you're using Pixie booting and Windows Deployment Server, you need to add an option 60, which isn't there by default, and use option 66 to say where is this boot server, and 67 to say where is the file it boots from. So as it's not there by default, I'm just going to quickly go through how to create it. So I'm just going on to Windows PowerShell, just under the tools again, and I'm going to use the add to the DHCP server v4, the option definition, and I'm going to do it on this computer name. I'm going to put the name of what I want to call it, which is Pixie Client. I'm going to give it a description, which I'm going to use as Pixie support. I'm going to say what option ID it's going to be under, which is 60, and I'm going to give it a type what data it has coming into it, which I'm going to put a string. Okay, and that will have added to our DHCP. When I reload it, just get to the server options, let's click on it and then click configure, and we should, once we get down to option 60, yep, there's 60, I can tick it, and you just add in Pixie Client. So nice and simple, we can easily add that. Right, so I'm just going to quickly show you how to configure the same settings, but we're just going to use Windows Server Call. So I'm already in PowerShell, so I'm just going to be setting the DHCP server version 4 option value. So I'm going to apply it to this computer, LB DNS. I'm going to put in the DNS servers, which I've got to do as their IP addresses, and I'm going to add both of them at the same time using the comma. I'm going to add the DNS domain, which is itsupport.net, and I'm going to put in what the default gateway is by using the router command. Right, so these are just the same as the options we previously said. So if I right click on there and go configure options, routers there at number 3, So number 3 for that last command on here, that the DNS servers is number 6, which you can use DNS server command, and number 15 is the domain name. So I'm just going to press enter on that, and it will set them all. Okay, so just that was a quick video on DHCP options. Thanks for watching.